Welcome back to Fae Week here on Green and Gold Gaming. Monster Week is an annual community event created and organized by Ginny D and Pointy Hat to bring together TTRPG creators on YouTube, and this year's theme is Fae. Not all Fae are scheming masterminds, terrible lords of the exotic realms of whimsy, nor are they dark, unseelie malefactors ensnaring mortals in the web of their schemes. Faerie Dragons are capricious pranksters with a suite of abilities that lend themselves not to combat, but instead to pranks, jokes, and gags. Here are 5 pranks you can pull with Faerie Dragons in your games using a few select abilities that these playful worms typically possess. A Blasphemous ritual. What better joke than to make the uptight priest or self-righteous paladin into the laughingstock of town? Through selective use of illusion and his own telepathy, the Faerie Dragon makes periodic pleas and gives signs that the fountain at the center of town must be purified in a sacred ritual, one involving the symbolic stripping of armor and clothes and bathing under the noonday sun. This is all before the gawking onlookers and scandalized residents of the town as the playful prankster reveals his game while the phony ritual is well and truly underway. A false haunting. That old windmill would make a lovely lair. The only problem is the pesky humans that keep coming and going at all times of day and night. At first, footsteps and voices from out of sight when there is but one worker in the mill. Doors opening and closing on their own, tools gone missing, near accidents of falling planks, bags of flour. Then ghostly lights, spectral figures seen in and about the mill. And the icing on the spooktacular cake, voices demanding, urging the frightened workers to leave and never return. Of course, there's no reason to let anyone in on this joke, but all the sweeter should some curious delver figure out that it was a trick all along. A treasure hunt. An enterprising prankster knows that greed motivates as well as any whip. With but some parchment, a quill, ink, and a touch of preparation, a very convincing treasure map can be created, left to be found by eager adventurers or even monsters. Such riches are not easy to find, and a well-constructed map may see treasure seekers crawling through pigsties, trespassing on noble lands, or wading through mosquito-infested swamps. What treasure lies beyond the trials and tribulations is entirely up to the trickster that put it there. Spring-loaded snake toys that emerge from the chest, perhaps, a mocking limerick in meticulous script, or maybe even an explosion of sneezing powder. Here, kitty kitty. It seems every band of adventurers these days has that someone that has to adopt every critter they come across, and who can resist a lovely, beautiful, soft, fuzzy kitty? Our puckish Faerie Dragon needs only obtain some black dye, a fine grooming brush, a petite collar, bell optional, and 1 skunk. A little sleep magic sends the skunk into a peaceful slumber while it receives a makeover, and is left cute and adoptable in the path of the next band of adventurers to come down the trail, unwittingly putting themselves directly on the business end of a polecat. Or, of course, the classics. Instead of an elaborate multi-step prank, some Faerie Dragons rely on old staples and spread their mischief far, and what better target than an entire party of adventurers passing through his territory in need of some comic relief. Magical invisibility goes a long way toward making sure each member of a traveling troupe gets to enjoy a little bit of the Faerie Dragon's humorous japes. Itching powder in the fighter's gambeson, some phosphorescent dust on the rogue's daggers and cloak. Trade out that stuffy smelling incense the priest burns at prayer time for some fireworks. It's the little touches that let people laugh along with you, after all. And that was 5 pranks a Faerie Dragon can play in your adventuring party for Fae Week. Be sure to check out the Fae Week features from other creators as well. A link to today's playlist will be in the description. If you like our content, please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you later in the week for more discussion of Fae.